So let me get this straight. There's a movie that came out about a guy who's having an internal struggle for the control of his body? Yeah, that sounds a lot like Venom. And this dude also kind of looks like Tom Hardy? Ooh, I'm a little bit worried that someone might have beat Venom to the punch and made a better movie. Don't get me wrong, I hope Venom's good, but I don't want to see Venom and then go, wait a second, that's a lot like Upgrade, and Upgrade was a lot better. The plot! Just a little bit in the future, circumstances lead to this dude facing a tragedy, as well as becoming quadriplegic. That is paralyzed from the neck down. He can't move 4 of his limbs. So this dude gets an opportunity to use a new technology called STEM. This STEM technology allows him to use his body. So what does he use his body for? Revenge. And shit gets physical. Logan Marshall Green. So he just plays this simple guy in a world that relies on technology. And he doesn't want any part of it. And then this tragedy happens and he's forced to rely on technology. The most advanced technology in the world. So while he's learning to rely on STEM to move, he has to adjust to just using this technology. And I like how they cover that. So right after this guy's tragedy, they spend a lot of time on his paralysis and depression. Some people may think that the movie drags in this part, but I thought it was much needed character development for what happens later on. And when this dude gets STEM up and running, shit gets crazy. Logan Marshall Green, great actor. Love to see him in anything he's in. And I thought this was a great performance for him. My favorite is when he doesn't have control over his body and he has to react to what his body's doing. Awesome. STEM! STEM is an artificial intelligence that's inserted in his neck that allows this guy to use his body. Or just completely take over his body and do what needs to be done. STEM just has this power to autopilot this guy's whole body. And that's when shit gets fun. In order for STEM to work, this dude has to bond with it. It's essentially 2 brains using 1 body. And the way they build that relationship was my favorite part of the movie. I also love how this bond of man and machine carries the story. And it's funny and annoying and frustrating and violent. I also want to give a shout out to the villains of this movie. These dudes of this movie are unique and creepy and dangerous. One of these guys looks like Chris D'Elia, and that was a bit of a distraction for me. Overall, I thought this movie was fucking awesome. It addresses humanity's reliance on technology, but it doesn't bother you about it. It's just kind of a fact. The acting is legit, the story is great and unexpected. There are parts of this movie that start to play out like a regular revenge movie, but the movie has a way of catching these cliches before they happen and just twisting them a little bit. The editing and sound editing, so good. This is a violent movie, and the fight choreography is so well done. This movie is definitely a sci-fi movie. Some people will not like it. Personally, I got this vibe from the movie that's like an updated version of RoboCop, which I love. I thought this was a sweet movie. I would say definitely check it out. Subscribe!